Haha! That was close. That was really close. I had to be what's his name? What's his name? There we go, look. There we go. There it is, right there. What was his name? Damn it. Fast Gun McGill, or, what do you call it, with the camera, with the video. Welcome to South Carolina. I'll have to review that and see if it actually even captured the sign, but boy, that was probably the quickest I was able to fast draw, Fast Gun Kelly, there we go. Whatever. I had to basically draw that phone quick as I could off my other phone holder, slap it up on there, get the video ready, and press record. So we'll see. Yeah, we'll see how that turns out there. But yeah. So anyhow, welcome to South Carolina. So here we go. This is a official first for me in South Carolina, and I like it. Yep. I like it a lot. Yep, I'm loving it. South Carolina Welcome Center. Yeah, well, I have no time in South Carolina Welcome Center, or else I would love to stop by and be welcomed. Well, and it is. It's interesting to see how much the foliage has kind of changed a bit too. It absolutely has. It's really interesting. It's absolutely changed. Not necessarily just, obviously not just because of some imaginary line that we call a state line. I mean, that's not why, right? But there's definitely a difference, just all of a sudden, kind of. Or gradual, I suppose, really, not all of a sudden, but I'm noticing it all of a sudden. So, cool. I can dig it. Let's see here, 91 miles to go, and I have an hour and 45 minutes to do it. So 70 miles an hour would put me at 3:15, and then probably add about another 15 minutes, so 3:30. Yeah, it might be doable. Let's see here. Yeah, well, it's still telling me 15:53. It's still telling me 3:53 here, so. I don't know. We better not hit any traffic. That's all I can say. Lots of more fireworks stores out here too, I'm noticing. I've already seen a couple few. yours, I'll stay in mine, and whatever the two of us will meet. I need just a little bit more here. Come on, a few more miles an hour would do me great. Just a few more, like 15 of them, 13 of them, would be perfect. I got behind me right now. I got a whole bunch of, I got about a line of about 5 or 6 cars that are all itching for me to get over. So let me go ahead and do that. Wow, one of them's an Amazon truck, I think. Oh, and here he comes. Yeah, he's got a heavy, he's got a lead foot here. This guy. He's like, man, I gotta make these deliveries. I gotta get stuff. Oh no, no, it's not Amazon. He's an electrician. He's got to get the lights back on for somebody here in a hurry. This guy's just trying to go camping. Or no, he's probably on his way home from camping. He's like, shit, I'm late. I was supposed to be back on Monday. Had to call the boss and tell him I had coronavirus, I think. So I couldn't come in on Monday. Well, I'll be back in Tuesday, it says. Oh, yeah. I wonder how many people so far have used old COVID as an excuse not to show up for work. Yeah. Like, oh, I think I got COVID. I can't come in for 2 weeks. The next thing you know, they're locked down in some freaking military complex someplace, just freaking in a bunker, not allowed to leave, locked down with chains, needles sticking into them and tubes. They're taking swabs from them every day. And all they got is like, all they did was lie about having COVID. I wonder how many people have done that. I'm sure there's been a few. You know, people lie about finding fingers and bowls of chili at Wendy's. They're gonna lie about having COVID too, guaranteed. Freaking COVID. What a dumb thing that is. What a freaking sham. I was looking it up online. Like, man, I'm just tired, tired of listening to all this nonsense. So let me go do my own research, right? So this COVID, there's actually like 4 or 5 or 6 different strains of it that have been identified since the 1950s, right? And, they're not COVIDs, right? They're coronaviruses, right? The reason why they call them coronaviruses is because of the way they appear under the microscope, okay? So, I guess coronaviruses have been around for tens of thousands of years, right? But, they first identified them in like bats or something like that in Asia somewhere or whatever. And typically the more well-known forms, just don't affect humans at all, right? And I guess there was one called SARS, right? So if you ever heard of SARS, you've heard of coronavirus. This is nothing new, right? It's nothing new. And it's a respiratory, illness, right? Yeah, it's just like the flu. Same thing. Make you sick for a couple of weeks. Just like a cold, right? Actually, I mean, what comes down to it, when you get sick from the cold, it usually lasts longer when you get sick from the flu. But the flu just kind of hits some people harder, right? But it lasts like what, 3 days, 2-3 days. It goes away. Fever, right? Big freaking deal. And so the whole deal with what's going on this one is supposedly that this one, I don't know. See, it's kind of misleading because they say that, throughout time it's been basically a disease only animals get, but there are ones that affect humans, and they've identified those for a long period of time. And now all of a sudden this one, and they're calling it a novel virus. Novel meaning new, like nuevo, new. It's a new form of coronavirus, right? Supposedly. And so so I was looking it up, and it's like they're talking about the question is raised: are there cases of pneumonia and or influenza that have people have died from or otherwise and have been chalked up as being coronavirus? And the answer says it's all vague and trying to be misleading, but they tell you the truth at the same time. The answer is yes. So it says cases where people have died of pneumonia or the flu that haven't been affirmed or given positive tests for corona have been marked down as corona, and the flu or pneumonia was chalked down as a comorbid disease or whatever. Right? So they're telling you, yeah, we're just calling anything that somebody dies from if they're sick with a respiratory illness, right? We're just calling it coronavirus, even though we don't have a positive test result for it. We're just calling it corona. So it's just amazing. It's absolutely amazing. Yep. Absolutely amazing. That in this day and age, 2020, that we could have such a big fraud going on over the world. It just blows my mind. It really does. Just a sham. There's a thing called coronavirus. Okay, yeah. But what I'm saying is the sham is what they've done with it. What they've done with it is basically, there's a saying in the communist, socialist ideology mindset, and this goes back to Saul Alinsky, that it says, let no good crisis go to waste. To say that anytime that you can use a crisis to further the agenda of the communist mindset, use it. And that's basically so they get this thing called, they're just waiting for any one thing basically to use, any one crisis, right? Like school shootings and all this nonsense, right? To further their push. What they do is they basically use it and use it to terrify people, and then get people to wish for and want a response to it. And the thing is they always have a response ready for it. So they push the crisis so they can basically implement the response that fits in mind with their ideology of their party mindset, right? Democratic, communist, socialist, whatever, the same name, or different names for the same thing, right? Fascist, it's all different names for the same thing. So that's what they're doing, and boy, yeah, it's amazing how many people actually buy it, actually believe that it's a real thing, and again, I'm not saying, okay, yeah, sure, there's a corona thing, right? What I'm saying is, like, they're lying to you about it. They're lying to us all about it, right? And what's funny is it's the very American government that points its finger, like, at China, let's say, for example, because they have, and said, oh, China is underreporting the amount of COVID deaths and blah blah blah, right? But wait a minute, you airheads are lying to everybody about the truth of it. So you're a liar to everybody, pointing a finger of blame, saying they're a liar about something, right? So it's kind of like in pot calling the kettle black, right? Yeah. I mean, it's crazy. Oh, they're underreporting the, right. Well, wait a minute. You yourselves have already admitted that you're just pumping the stats and saying anything when somebody dies of something that's a respiratory problem, you're calling it COVID, even without positive test results. And you're just pumping the stats. Okay, here's another thing too. Here's another figure for you. Since April of 2020 to September 24th of 2020, right? So what? 3-month period. Let's see, April, May, June, July, August, September. 6-month period. Over 60,000 people, known cases of influenza, have died. 60,000 of just regular old influenza, right? Since April. Do the math. I'm just saying, do the math. Like, hundreds of thousands of people across the world die of influenza every year. But it's not necessarily because of influenza, it's because they're not in good health in the first place. Right? I don't know. Anyhow, I'm going to wrap this up. I'm just kind of talking myself into a, pickle here probably, so I'll wrap this up. Get my mind on something else rather than BS. Try not to step in it, alright? So anyhow, I'll let you go, and I will see y'all down on the I will see you somewhere down on the road.